Updates on the new World of Warcraft expansion, a new Star Trek Online expansion that's all Delta Delta Delta, and which MOBA is heading to Xbox One? Hey guys, I'm your host Gillyweed with MMO Play, and I'm bringing you all that and more this week on MMO News. Gamescom goes into full swing next week, and we have more info on what attendees can see at the event. Event-goers should be delighted to hear that there will be exclusive sneak peeks for War Thunder and Star Conflict, among countless other games at the convention. The War Thunder Gamescom demo is debuting a first-hand look of the MMO FPS when played through the Oculus Rift VR system. World War II combat fans can bask in the full glory of fighting an intense campaign conflict in glorious virtual reality. Developers also promise on-stage presentations of the new features that are slated to hit in the game's next update. Meanwhile, the Star Conflict Gamescom demo will include one of the first public tests of the brand new Invasion mode. Fans will also hopefully get to see their favorite games win the prestigious awards given at the event. Overall, this year does present a lack of MMO games in contention for the awards, especially compared to last year. However, Blizzard Entertainment's MOBA Heroes of the Storm has charmed Gamescom critics, clinching 2 nominations for Best PC Game and Best Online Multiplayer Game. Stateside fans and others who aren't able to make it to Cologne, Germany for the Gamescom event can keep up to speed by watching the live stream on Twitch. All 5 days will be covered. To say World of Warcraft has had a busy week would be an understatement. First, developers of the MMO announced a date when they will announce the release date for the new Warlords of Draenor expansion. Confused? Hang with me. On Monday, Blizzard announced that the official Warlords of Draenor release date and trailer will be revealed on August 14th at an unveiling event. This will be open to the public, and bonus, beta keys will be given out to everyone who attends. But if you can't go, they will live stream it on the WoW website. As part of the hype, Blizzard also bestowed upon the community the first glimpses of the upcoming Nagrand of Draenor zone. There will be a lot of nostalgia in Warlords of Draenor, and Nagrand will be no exception. The devs have promised fanfare, Easter eggs, and cameos galore, including a return to the Throne of Elements. While the hype? Well, one reason could be the latest financial report in for Activision Blizzard, which came out this week and brought a mixed bag of news. It seems that the number of WoW subscribers has dropped by a full 1 million, but there are a few things to consider in this number. First, the Warlords of Draenor pre-orders are at a total of 1.5 million units, even before the big reveal next week. And Blizzard believes the drop in subs is due to expansion fatigue, or when level-capped players have played through all the content of the last expansion and are just waiting for the new one. Concern over numbers hasn't kept WoW devs from preparing for the game's 10th anniversary this year. They've already released a brief preview of the celebrations, including, I kid you not, what could be the greatest thing to happen to World of Warcraft in all 10 of its glorious years: a molten corgi pet. What are your thoughts on World of Warcraft? Will you be playing Warlords of Draenor, or is its subscription-based service outdated? Let us know in the comments below. With the threat of an Elder Dragon looming, the Guild Wars 2 world is scrambling to unite. Leaders of nations in the MMO universe have come together in a summit to iron out differences and mount a defensive plan against Mordramoth. But you can't expect everyone to get along, right? This is the premise of the upcoming Guild Wars 2 episode, The Dragon's Reach Part 2, which is the 4th in the current Season 2 storyline arc. The episode begins next week on August 12th. In the teaser trailer released to hype up the new content, we hear the narrator give a grim assessment of the growing Elder Dragon corruption. This prompts the emergency summit and tenuous truce between Tyria's races. But by the end of the trailer, we see trouble brewing during the summit delegations. Is there an infiltrator? Was it sent by Mordramoth? Or is it just a troublemaker that is out to ruin the chances of an alliance against the Elder Dragon? We'll know once the episode lands next week, plus the full breadth of new accessible content. So far, developers have only confirmed that players will be unlocking new areas, such as exploring further in Drytop. Aw, I hate surprises! Starship captains will soon get to explore where a woman, namely Captain Janeway, has boldly gone before in Star Trek Online. At the recent Star Trek Las Vegas convention, the game's developers revealed that the second full expansion to the game is coming in the near future. And this Delta Rising expansion will allow players to venture deep into the Delta Quadrant, the setting for the Star Trek Voyager TV series. Players will be able to use the Dyson Sphere portal to travel to the Delta Quadrant and interact with the myriad of species found there. This includes the Talaxians, the Okampa, the Kazon, and others. Since the game is set 30 years after Voyager, quite a lot has happened since the show's end, and players will find themselves in the thick of the action. In addition to the Delta Quadrant, the game's level cap is being raised to 60. Players will be able to train in specializations once they pass level 50, and bridge officers will also have increased progression. New ships will also join the game, which should bring mass excitement to players. The Star Trek Online Delta Rising expansion will arrive sometime in October. Computer, in display. Last week we reported on the Xbox One securing its first big MMO title in the form of Neverwinter. Now, Microsoft are taking a shot at the MOBA market with the acquisition of King of Wushu. With the exception of a few titles, MOBA gaming has seldom seen the console market, but gamers are warming to the idea of facing the arena armed with a controller instead of a keyboard. But fear not if you prefer the standard format, as King of Wushu is also slated for PC. King of Wushu will be the first MOBA to grace the new console generation, combining wuxia martial arts with battle arena tactics. If the name sounds familiar, that's because King of Wushu was built by Snail Games, who are also responsible for the popular MMO Age of Wushu. King of Wushu is also one of the first MOBAs to adopt realistic martial arts combat instead of the usual magic and trickery. Be sure to check out our website to learn more about the game. The long wait is over for stateside fans of New Rebirth. The PvP-focused MMORPG launched its open beta for English-speaking players on Tuesday, but you only have until this coming Tuesday to check out the sneak peek of the game. New Rebirth is different than New Online in that it supports a more robust PvP environment. Thus, open beta participants are highly encouraged to get down and dirty to get the most out of the game. PvP is hosted through seasonal fighting competitions, and there will be different themes that will govern each season. Of course, not everyone can vie for the ultimate prizes, which is where minor tournaments come in. These smaller competitions allow newer combatants to test their skills and earn rewards for their efforts. These PvP elements should be readily available in the New Rebirth open beta, so get out there and show us what you got. Okay guys, it's time for the 5-in-1, so let's check out 5 stories, each condensed into one sentence. Perfect World Entertainment announced on Monday that after 3 years of operation, its MMO Rusty Hearts is shutting down on September 15th. DC Universe Online's newest expansion, titled The Halls of Power Part 1, launched this week and brought the new gods of Apocalypse and New Genesis, among other updates, to the game. The third wing of Hearthstone is officially open, and Heroes of Warcraft are already hard at work battling the Death Knights of the Military Quarter. The Rift Patch 2.8, titled Madness Wakes, rolled out on Wednesday, bringing with it the new Nightmare Coast dungeon, buffs for pyromancers, and a more user-friendly auction house. And finally, get pumped for Chaos Heroes Online, which released a trailer on Thursday previewing the look and abilities for 10 of the MOBA's characters. Well guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest info, contests, and more. Again, I'm your host Gillyweed, and I'll see you next week. But until then, see you in Firefall, or, you know, whatever game you're obsessed with is good too.